you ready for a story? I'm Karen, and I'm here to read you a story from Stories That Never Grow Old. You see here I have my bookmark on the story for today. Bookmark is so handy. This is something you can make at home. It makes a very nice present. The Lion and the Mouse. Well, here's a picture of a big lion, and you see all around him are little mice scampering about, and they think they're safe because that lion is sound asleep. One evening long ago, a lion was asleep in the forest. A party of mice who lived in the forest saw the king of beasts sleeping. "What a huge animal he is!" exclaimed the youngest mouse, whose name was Fuzzytail. "Yes," said his brother Grayskin, "and it is only because he is asleep that we dare to be near him." "Even when he is asleep, I am afraid of him," said another mouse. "Suppose he should wake up." "No danger," said Fuzzytail. "He is sound asleep and will sleep until the sun rises." "I wouldn't be too sure," said Grayskin. "It is said that all cats sleep with one eye open." "Well, you can see this big cat has both of his shut," argued Fuzzytail. "I am going to jump on him." "Be careful how you run over him. So long as you play on his back and sides, his fur will keep him from feeling your feet. But keep away from his nose. It is very sensitive," warned Grayskin. "Eek! Eek!" laughed Fuzzytail. "Watch me run right over his nose." With a sudden movement, the king of beasts opened his eyes and shook his head. All the mice scampered away as fast as they could, but poor little Fuzzytail was right on his nose, and before he could escape, the lion stretched out one great paw and caught him. "Grrr," growled the lion. "Oh, great king of beasts," begged the trembling little mouse, "please let me go." The lion growled again. "Why should I? Haven't you been told it is dangerous to rouse a sleeping lion? With my paw, I can crush you, you silly little animal." "Oh, please don't," begged Fuzzytail again. "I didn't mean to wake you, and I'll never do it again." "Well," said the lion, "I see that you are very young, so I will spare you this time." And lifting his huge paw, he allowed the trembling little mouse to run into the forest. After that, Fuzzytail and his friends played far away from the sleeping lion. But one evening, as they came out of the forest, he was not asleep as usual. He was rolling around and roaring, so the whole forest echoed. "What is he roaring at?" they asked one another. "I am going to see," said Fuzzytail. The other begged him not to go, but the little mouse was determined. "He set me free when he could have crushed me," he said. "Now he's in trouble, and I am going to help him if I can." As he came close, he saw the king of beasts tangled up in the meshes of a net that a hunter had spread for him. The more he roared and rolled about, the more entangled he became. And look here. Here's the picture of the king of beasts caught in a net. You see all those meshes that it's made out of? And they have trapped him, those hunters. They fix it so it falls down and captivates their prey. Suddenly, the lion heard a little voice close to his ear. He stopped his roaring and listened. The voice came again. "I am the mouse you freed," it said. "If you will just lie still, I will gnaw the ropes that hold you." The huge lion lay still, and Fuzzytail gnawed at one rope after another with his sharp teeth. At length, the meshes of the net fell away, and the lion sprang to his feet. "Thank you, little brother," he said. "I did not know that my deed of kindness would bring me such a rich reward." And you see here, the lion and the mouse are friends. And doesn't the lion look kind of puzzled, as if he's surprised that he got such a good friend? So we never know how an act of kindness might come back to us. And today, you know, I have a little friend who lives down the street. She turned 5, and she loaned me a book that I can read to you today. It's called Sonia's Chickens, and it's by Phoebe Wahl. Sonia's Chickens. One day, Sonia's papa came home with 3 fluffy chicks. He gave the chicks to Sonia. "It can be your job to take care of them," he told her. And here's Sonia holding the 3 little chicks, so fluffy. The chicks lived in a cardboard box in the house, while Sonia and her parents spruced up the old chicken coop in the yard. Sonia took good care of the chicks. She liked to keep them tucked in her sweater for warmth. "I'll be your mama," she told them. You see, here she is with her mama and her little baby brother. And you see mama's holding the baby brother close to keep him warm. And Sonia is holding the little chicks to keep them warm. Sonia took her job of tending to the chickens very seriously, and they grew quickly into 2 gawky pullets. As her mama and papa went about the duties of the farm, Sonia was proud to do her part. Everywhere Sonia went, her little birds were at her heels, peeping loudly. And you see that there they are growing and becoming pullets, which is between a chicken and a chick. Every morning, Sonia would rise to the crow of the old rooster and let the chickens out of their coop to forage and play. Sonia made sure her chickens had enough water. She cleaned their coop and gave them fresh straw. You see, here she is, feeding them and cleaning the chicken coop, which can get pretty darn messy with all that poop. She fed them by scattering cracked corn on the ground and even let them peck it from her hands. Sometimes the chickens found earthworms for their dessert. In Sonia's care, they were soon healthy, full-grown hens. You see, here they are. You see baby brother there helping out. One morning, Sonia found a smooth brown egg nestled in one hen's straw bed. She put the soft egg against her cheek and said, "Thank you." Sonia was a good mama to her chickens. You see, here she is with the egg that the chicken laid for her. Every night, Sonia made sure her chickens were tucked safely in their coop. As they cooed and clucked themselves to sleep, Sonia would latch the coop door and carefully shut the gate behind her before heading to her own warm home. And you see, there they are, all nestled in for the night. And here's Sonia with her family for supper. One chilly night, Sonia woke to a ruckus of squawking and shuffly bump noises from outside. Her heart beating quickly, she rubbed sleep from her eyes, pulled on her boots, and crept out to check on her birds. The night sky was big and cold, and Sonia wished she had woken her papa to keep her safe from the rustling bushes and shadows. You see, here's the big nighttime. And Sonia rushes out into it all alone because she's worried about her chickens. The floor of the coop was frosted with feathers, and Sonia cried out as she counted not 3, but 2 frightened chickens cowering in the rafters above. The third was nowhere to be seen. Sonia burst into tears. Before she knew it, strong arms scooped her up and she cried into her papa's beard. And here's Sonia, and I don't know if you can make out those 2 hens hidden up in the dark rafters to be safe. Sonia's papa carried her into the house and held her close. When Sonia had exhausted herself with crying, she asked, "What took her? A fox? Did it kill her? It's not fair." "Shh," said Sonia's papa. "What might seem unfair to you might make sense to a fox." And he told her a story. And here he is, holding her close and telling her a story about a fox. "The fox who took your chicken lives in the woods beyond the field," Sonia's papa said. "He works hard every day to find food to bring home to his babies. Most of the time he can find mice and moles, but sometimes the fox needs a big meal for his family, so he does everything he can to find one. He didn't know or care that it was our chicken he took. He just saw a chance to feed his family. I know you feel sad, but you wouldn't want those baby foxes to go hungry, would you?" Sonia thought about it. "No," she said, "I guess not." And there's the fox, you see, running off with Sonia's chicken to feed his own family. The fox's baby is called a kit, like a baby chicken is a chick, and you are a child, said Sonia's papa. I do everything I can to make sure you are happy and have a full belly and a warm place to sleep. You did everything you could to make sure your chicks were happy and had full bellies and a warm place to sleep, because you love your chicks like I love you. The fox is no different. He loves his kids too. So even though it's sad for us, we can understand why he did it. And there you see the fox with his little kits all snuggled in cozy. The next morning, Sonia laid a few special stones to mark a grave for her chicken in the corner of the yard. Together, she and her family remembered their hen who had been soft, who had loved worms and who had laid that first smooth brown egg. A bird who was loved, Sonia's mama said, giving her a kiss. Sonia's heart was heavy, but as she mourned her chicken, she thought too of the happy baby foxes living in the deep woods. You see, there's the family taking the time to mourn their loss, accepting it. Sonia and her family repaired and reinforced the broken siding of the coop where the fox had gotten in. And while she was still a little sad, Sonia remained vigilant in caring for her other two hens. She made sure they had enough water, she cleaned their coop and gave them fresh straw and scattered cracked corn for them to eat. And you see, here's Sonia's papa working on the coop and Sonia helping out and the healthy chicken there. Best of all was the day that one of the smooth brown eggs began to crack. And here's Sonia with the egg just beginning to crack. And you know what's inside, don't you? To her delight, Sonia had a brand new chick. I will be your mama, she said. I will do everything I can to make sure you are happy and have a full belly and a warm place to sleep. And she did. And look here, Sonia's got the new little chick and her brother's reaching up because he wants to hold it too. I think that's a really nice story, don't you? I thank my friend Elodie for loaning me that book. I have another friend, and he's 6 today. So I thought I would sing him happy birthday. And please join in if you feel like it. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Andy. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Well, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.